series of this stream. We have one more series after this, which is another newbie one. But this is Vici Gaming versus Ninjas in Pajamas. This is a must-win for Nip, and it's against a very tough opponent. Possibly couldn't be a worse opponent to face in a do-or-die situation.
This is... Let me see if there's, like, how it would shake up. And I've successfully murdered Cap. God bless, guys. It's just me now. Okay, so NIP... Let me tell you how badly they need this game. If they don't 2-0... let me just, like, triple check this real fast. If they get 2-0'd here, they only have one series left. Or they have two series left, but it's against a surging Infamous, who is no longer a free win to anybody, and EG. And right now, they're 2 games behind anybody. They're 2 games behind anybody. So they're in this position right now where this is the absolute must-win. And the crazy part is, if they actually 2-0 this win somehow, it would be VP all of a sudden that they would be fighting for last place with.
I'm good. I'm good.
It would be VP that they would be fighting for last place with.
Woo. VP versus Nip. Elimination for last place in groups. That is insane.
I don't know. The thing is, I never thought that NIP was going to do, like, amazingly well.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't think that this was...
No.
I didn't think that this was their floor.
There is definitely other teams you would have placed.
Dude, you would have... Everyone put Infamous.
Everyone probably put Infamous. You might have put RNG or Fnatic.
What do you mean put RNG? Kyle literally said RNG was going to win this.
Yeah, well... Kyle likes to shoot his shot, you know?
Yeah. I've seen that in person.
I mean, let's be real. Oh, God. Let's not get started on that topic. But, you know, he probably saw last year. He saw OG. And he was like, you know what would really solidify myself as a legend? If I could have called OG winning.
Yes.
And so he tried to do it again this year with a random team.
I should have tweeted, Infamous will be top 8.
You should have.
After that first game against Navi.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We said it on broadcast, so.
We're good. But Vici versus NIP. Vici actually has started to look mortal. After, you know, the first crack in the armor.
Yeah. They were both, they were undefeated, and so was Secret. And Vici was the one who cracked, and they cracked hard. They lost one game, and then they lost another, and another.
Yeah, meanwhile, OG is 5-1-0 in that group. Vici is still 3-1-1, so they're in a good position.
Who did they lose this series to? Is that OG?
EG.
EG?
Yeah, they got to it.
Oh.
OG has yet to play them, I believe. Yeah. But OG is looking more or less like they've solidified themselves at the top of the group. I think if they get one more win, they've guaranteed number 1. But no matter what, they've guaranteed themselves, I think, in the upper bracket. Which is, if you're an OG fan, hooray.
I think, honestly, even if for some reason you hate OG, I don't know why you would, but if you hated OG, I think you should still want to see them do well. Because I think they're one of those teams that is so good for Dota.
Yeah.
You know? For, like,
good personalities.
A general, like, good personalities, amazing storyline, and I guarantee you there's people who have either watched, you know, the documentaries about them, they watched that TI win, whatever it was, they heard about OG, and they're going to tune in again just to watch this team, you know, just to see if that same team shows up again. So, I personally am glad we're going to see at least 2 series out of them in the playoffs. Oh, man, I really almost died there.
Vici Gaming.
Whew. Juggernaut. Juggernaut's a okay way to deal with Tidehunter. Because you have so much magic damage to threaten him.
Yes. NIP did get Mirana though, which has really been one of the heroes of this tournament.
Yeah.
Absolute beast. Also, Ogre's been being picked all the time. You know what hasn't been picked all the time? Wind Ranger.
You know what is been picked almost all the time?
What?
Is Ogre. He is the most picked as of this morning.
Really?
Yes.
Dope.
He was most picked with the other hero on Nip's team, Elder Titan. I think that was
Very,
right.
very cool.
I can't actually access my notes because there's this weird firewall that I have to get through in order to access my notes. And that's causing me issues.
I see.
So I can't 100% claim that, but I was pretty sure it was those two. Shadow Demon, I think, was in the top 3. He might have been 3rd most picked. So a lot of the go-tos. Is Elder Titan just okay to be a 5 position now? Is that just the way it goes?
Yeah, I think so. I think the reason being like his toolkit doesn't really need that much.
Yeah. If you're
realistically
gonna focus on Stomp and Split,
Like as a 4, what do you really get on him? That's always been my like question. Like what makes him OP as a 4? I guess BKB, but aside from
Yeah.
that, like nothing really, right?
you basically try to turn into a right clicker.
Yes. But you know, aside from that, like there's not a whole lot that, in my opinion, anyways, like changes the way that the hero functions.
Yeah, and you don't have a farming tool, so it was kind of hard to get that gold. Meanwhile, 4 position Mirana gets an Aghanim Scepter. Next thing you know, she's got an Ethereal Blade and a Dagon.
5 seconds remaining.
Because that hero actually does have a farming steroid.
And I think it's not just like the farming steroid. I think even more importantly than that, it's the fact that she can utilize her farm.
Yeah.
Because of leap.
Yeah.
Like she has a way to distance close.
She closes the gap, kills somebody, and gets away. Leaps off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Rawr. Oh, Razor's had a pretty successful tournament so far. I think he had as of this morning, I think he'd been picked 8 times and had won 6 of those games, so 75% win rate.
IP's turn to ban.
And Razor is a great counter pick to Lifestealer. Is Juggernaut really bad versus Lifestealer? Aren't you happy with that matchup?
I thought this was like a rhetorical thing, because yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm just asking because Lifestealer got picked after Juggernaut. Vici picked it like it was a counter.
I think it's more for the Mirana ET.
5
Okay.
seconds remaining.
If I had to guess.
Okay.
It's excellent against ET. It's excellent against Mirana, right?
In the aspect that you can't, like, you're less likely to get arrow chain stunned?
Yeah.
Okay. Because on the other side of the table, like, Mirana has leap, so she's not really threatened by Lifestealer, but I see what you mean. Gotta deal with those pesky 5-second arrows, man. Razor's going to be doing his imitation of walking the dog this game. Trying to static link the Lifestealer and just walk him out. Drain him of all his energy. It's a really fitting analogy, actually, if you think about it.
What?
Razor walking the dog. Static link on Lifestealer. Lifestealer looks a lot like a dog.
That's also a yo-yo move.
You drain him of his energy, much like when you walk your dog, you're pretty much just trying to, like, you know, get rid of all that extra energy he has.
I've never walked a dog, so
You've never walked a dog?
no.
Choose your hero.
I don't think you're American if you haven't walked a dog.
Dude, I'm definitely an American. I've
Eat
got
apple pie?
yeah, I've got a rational hate for others. Very nationalistic.
Yeah.
Uh,
USA.
let me see. I was really fat at one point.
Yeah.
I love hamburgers.
You love fast food.
I love fast food.
Love fast food.
I'm pretty sure I was American,
all
bro.
right, all right.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, you
I'm
check.
pretty sure.
You check enough boxes that you're definitely American. Yeah, I'll excuse not.
I've
walking
led
the
a
dog.
USA chant before in an arena. Let me just say, I can tell you that at my school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
what
at your
was weird
school?
was
At
we were
high
playing
school?
against another American team.
Hell
Like it's just
yeah.
it made no
Hell
sense.
yeah.
Sometimes we just
Dude,
do it.
Honestly, the USA chants that make no sense are the best USA
Yeah.
chants. And Craig gets another one. USA, USA.
Whenever like Zai used to get kills and people would chant USA when he was on EG, it was so funny. Like
Yeah.
it makes no sense. But the thing about it is like the one thing Americans that I'll say proudly is nobody is better at taking credit for nothing than
Yeah.
us. We're the kings of that shit.
We're number one.
Like if there's anything, like for example, if Infamous does well, I'm claiming
They're
it.
American. Where do you think they play, guys? Where do you think they play when they play
US
their
East?
pubs? U.S. East.
US East.
That makes them American.
100%.
100%. Hey, we have some last picks. 33 Broodmother. It's back. But it's been counterpicked with a Kunkka.
Kunkka is the best hero against Brood. Ask me why, Austin.
Why?
I don't know. I genuinely have no idea, but we're gonna find out together.
What?
I don't know. You cleave and shit. Like that's what I assume. And X is good against, so he doesn't like. It's better than a stun, right? Because like it holds him in place.
Yes.
That's what I imagine. But like I don't play
well-
Kunkka that much, so.
Well, you could have just said that. Those were all the right answers, Blitz.
Dope.
Good job.
It's not about being right. It's about, just like kind of guessing until you figure it out.
Uh-huh.
All right. So the first player to buy a Blink Dagger. The question is, do I think Yang will get one, or do I think Ace? Or no,
I think
Saksa will get one.
I think Yang does his team fight build this game.
Okay, then I think Saksa.
Our gift
Right?
from the
What happens
Yeah.
if nobody buys one?
Then you don't get points for it.
But there's no option for nobody.
I know.
All right. Team with the first barracks kill. If I think Vici's gonna win, I'd say Vici, right?
Yeah.
How long will the game be? Let's say 37 minutes.
Okay.
Will the tower be denied? Yes.
I guess. That's a weird one.
30 seconds
Are they gonna swap
left.
lanes because of this though? All I know is that every godlike mid player that does play Brood says the only counter to Brood is Kunkka, and it's a
Yeah.
hard counter.
I think like what's kind of sad with this Broodmother pick is it already had a counter
Yeah.
in Tidehunter, and now you've also got the Kunkka. So it's not even like there was like some sort of lane shenanigans that you could do to dodge.
Have you seen any NIP games?
No.
I genuinely want to know like what's making them so bad
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I guess we're about to
We're
find
about
out.
to find out.
It's a little unfair facing like one of the best teams.
Yeah, but like you technically speaking, everybody's one of the best teams here,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
Infamous beat
Well,
these guys.
Nip isn't one of the best teams.
Oh God.
I'll tell you that.
Say it ain't so, buddy.
Look at that. 2 armor. This is part of the problem.
Yeah.
The Kunkka threatens you right away.
Let me just say, by the way, if this is where it starts for an IP, if you don't get the win here, conceivably your dreams are very nearly done. And that would be a nightmare situation as
shit.
First Blood is picked up by Fada against Vade. So the arrow connects. Again, can't stress this enough, guys. They absolutely need this win.
Stowe. That's why they're aggro tri-laning right now. That's why they're trying to keep the Lifestealer down with the Razor and give this 1v1 matchup of the Juggernaut versus the Tidehunter. But old 33 is feeling the pain right now.
Yeah, 33 in this lane. Already forced to pop the salve. And
Saksa.
does manage to save it.
Yang is pretty low. If he hits an arrow, that is definitely a dead hero. In fact, Ace. Oh, he doesn't have the spin just yet. He's going to be spinning now, trying to get rid of the Shadow Poison, also finish off Yang. It's not going to be quite enough, and he will be able to get an Anchor Smash. It doesn't kill Ace, though, but maybe with the Shadow Poison, it just might. Ace dodges one of them, but you can't really dodge that much. Just pop it. Just pop it, Fade, I think. Okay, maybe not anymore. Oh, God, he's just missing over and over and over again. But Ace finally does die.
I'm pretty sure if he had popped it at any time, he would have killed him.
Yeah, for sure.
He had 20 HP. If anything, waiting and allowing him to like slowly regen is what made that scary.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I think Ace kind of needed to die. Just to come back in the lane with full health. It's
Yeah,
almost
he doesn't
like
actually lose that much there.
the slow death, like, almost costs you a lot, you know?
Yeah, it's why mid players, if they want the lane and they're kind of low, they'll just suicide.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you're giving up a little bit of gold, but you're not giving up XP, which is even more crucial in the mid lane.
You're talking about when they kill the enemy mid laner
Yeah.
and then just die to the tower.
If they're
like, okay.
if they're like full HP and full mana, then of course not. But if you're about to die anyways, and it was like a random right click fest, then yeah, it's better to just suicide.
The one advantage that Broodmother has is that you can always go and do some neutraling. And 33 has been forced to do that very early. Sox is here with an Invis rune. This just got a little spooky for Vici Gaming. They really
They have a sentry.
need this arrow to land. Yeah, but that's why he's going to fire it outside of the range, and
Oh.
there it is. Lands onto Paparazzi,
That was
immediately to Fire
beautiful.
Blast onto Fada, but it doesn't matter. And if anything, Fada might just get the kill on DY as well, who tried to challenge the Razor. Instead, he's just going to die like that.
That was such a good arrow.
Beautiful. Bravissimo.
I am sort of surprised that they took the life stealer here.
Yeah. It is a weird one, right?
Yeah, they also don't have a vehicle for him.
All right, well, they're beginning to... I'm not sure if you're supposed to. I thought they would keep the aggro tri-lane going. I'm not sure if Peter is really going to be able to do too much to Yang. Maybe he just pulls so much spirit pit damage that Yang can't fight him back. I'm not sure. Ori really wants to kill some spiders right now. But they're just going to sit on the high ground in these trees. Ori will not find them. He's going to place a sentry, kill the medium camp. This is what you want to do against Broodmothers. Take away their medium camp. Fada, open wounds on him. Doesn't actually have too much static link damage. He's 63 right now, but he's being stunned up and won't be able to finish off DY because he's got 8 armor. 8. The Ogre is very tanky to physical damage.
And in this mid lane, 33 is more or less given up on trying to lane.
Oh,
Very close to losing all of those. If he had the phase boots, that actually would have nailed them all.
that would have been rough times for 33s. He's going to take more and more chip damage on his mid tower. That is one of the last things that a Broodmother can deal with, is losing their tower early. Nip actually walk away with 4 bounty runes? No, Fade got one.
No, Fade got one.
Fade got one.
So Fade is trawling around this area, seeing what he can do. He's even going to throw a poison up there. I think he actually got the last hit on one of the centaurs.
He got the centaur.
But that was so improbable, but
How's Paparazzi doing in CS? 25-3 compared to 18-5. You can see Fada has been like really focused on getting kills and such. So he's a little bit behind in CS, but the important thing is keeping Paparazzi down. His own farm doesn't matter so much, but Fada maybe dying here as static link isn't up, being slowed down by the open wounds. Body blocked a lot by DY, and finally Disruption coming in with all those shadow poisons. They'll pop him pretty easily. Dude, I still can't believe that the game we watched earlier, the 2-2-0 build on Shadow Demon.
yeah.
I mean, like, look how much damage
Who
they
did
just
that
did.
again?
Who were we watching?
It was newbie versus it was dark.
It was dark. Yeah, that was that was gross. I don't like that. Phase boots for Ace. That'll make this lane a little bit easier for him against this physical damage of Anchor Smash. Spinning on Yang. Doesn't have his level 6, so Yang can certainly fight him if he wants to. I'm a little bit surprised he doesn't get like another Anchor Smash and threaten the Ravage, you know? Just to see what happens. Ori, he's gonna boat himself, make sure he gets the Coco's Rum so Fada can't threaten his life anymore.
Should be just fine with that too.
Yeah.
Only has one Tango left, but I mean his mid lane is still going relatively fine.
Oh.
Oh, he got him.
All right, the CS is super deceiving. Where's net worth? Net worth.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Is top of the board. Broodmother is actually behind the Kunkka. Broodmother's like an alchemist. Like, you naturally should be ahead in net worth, so this is a bit concerning for Nip. Three to 4. 1,000 net worth lead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And it's mostly thanks to the fact that the Juggernauts had total free farm against the Tide Hunter.
Dire's structure
I don't imagine this lane going well for Tide. Or rather, I don't imagine him shutting down Juggernaut like he does with other carries, 1v1.
Yeah.
He'll get plenty of farm, even though he actually didn't get that much. Only 2,000 net worth on him.
He actually got chased out earlier under the creep wave by the ET.
Double leap. Sox is fine. This mid tower is going to die 8 minutes in. Broodmother has lost his tower.
That's not a sight you see very often.
No, it's not.
So this would explain itself now. Although 33's net worth is not like cripplingly bad or anything like that. He's
No.
almost about to complete a Midas himself.
Speaking of Midases, Paparazzi's going to go for one.
You might as well.
Hey. Not too many times I hear a Blitz Dota pun.
I don't like him. I think. See, the thing is, like, my humor is it's pretty bad, but like it's good in a way.
Puns are like the lowest form of humor.
Yeah,
is that
puns
what
are
you're
just
saying?
like too low.
That's why
I try to
love
be.
puns.
I try to be like, come on. I'm like, you know, my humor is like for morons, but like, you know, it's pretty creative at least.
Mhm.
It's like
I
creative.
think puns are creative.
is under attack.
It's wordplay. I think the English language is fun, and I like puns, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Peter, the X is going to stop him from channeling the stun that could have saved him. And as a result, Fade will pick up the 4th kill for Vici Gaming, 4-4 right now in a dead even game. Or at least we say dead even because net worth and kills are even, but I don't know about you, Blitz, but I feel like Vici Gaming has the advantage. Just because of what's happening mid with Ori and stuff.
Okay, I can buy that.
I mean, I know you love your mid tower, so I feel like that's going to sway you.
Yes, because now he gets free movement.
Yeah,
Which I
that's
think
why
is
he's
huge.
bottom lane. That's why he's going to help get the 10-minute bounty rune right now. As Zoxa is going to be axed up, see if he can get the torrent perfectly. Nope, he does not. It's a leap away from Zoxa.
I'm always like, people miss that?
Yeah, that really shouldn't happen at TI, but you know, Yang oh,
Wow.
gotcha.
Dude, Fada's slick. This guy's good.
But he might die for it. He will die for it.
This guy's dead.
This guy's dead. I mean, it's not going to be a fast death. It's going to be slow, excruciating one, which almost gets denied by the Hellbear Smasher. But die he will. And, you know, like, Razor sacrificed a lot of his game to try and keep Lifestealer down, but Lifestealer's not that far behind, especially since he's going to pick up a Midas. He's 3rd in net worth right now. He's actually ahead of the Juggernaut. What happened to Juggernaut's farm? What happened to Ace?
I have no idea.
He was top net worth.
I guess like the tower and all that, but
And, I mean,
also
he died, but...
his CS is actually quite low.
Yeah. Weird.
You know what's weird? I'm watching an IP play right now, and I don't see anything inherently terrible, but I'm also not seeing anything like fantastic.
Yeah. In a tournament that everyone's like being unique and creative.
Yeah, you know what it is? Like instantly we could tell what Infamous was gonna give us,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm just not really seeing that right now with NIP.
Yeah, there's no flavor or style to this, honestly. And they last picked a Broodmother. Or, you know, second to last pick.
Yeah, this is odd. It's very odd.
It also, the Broodmother pick didn't feel like it was like a gotcha pick, honestly.
No, they were just like, we'll kunka you. That's don't worry about that. That's fine.
Arrow. Ooh, he pokes DY right in the booty. But it's not enough to threaten to kill on anybody, especially with Yang hanging around.
Yeah, no Omni/Thread either. There's 3 heroes there. Level 1 Omni/, by the way, feels super mediocre.
No, it's so
Especially
bad.
if you're trying to deliver between 3 heroes. You'd have to get beyond lucky, as Fade is going to go down.
Died
That
to
is
spiders.
a pretty big spree.
Died to spiders behind his tier 2.
That's rough.
That's support life right there. Broodmother makes you feel bad about yourself. He's going to go Rosh and Aghanim Scepter on 33. Fada runs into the jungle. Peter's going to die. He ran into the jungle. 33 hissed at him. And he was like, nope.
Can you do the cat hiss?
A cat hiss?
Yeah.
Sure.
You know the
Like that. A spider hiss is more like sss.
He's going to go for the Ags. Well, we saw somebody else do this yesterday. We've seen 2 types of Brood builds.
Yeah.
It's either the Medallion Diffusal or the Midas into the straight up Ags. It was Chris Luck.
Yeah. And
Chris
the
liked this.
the Ags is like the split pushing build.
Yeah.
I'm gonna outmove you.
I think the difference being in the builds whether or not you feel like you can team fight. Like if you can team fight to dominate the map, I think you decide to get the Medallion Diffusal. And considering he doesn't think that way, because of the way that his laning phase went against this Kunkka, I think the Aghanims Plus makes sense.
Yeah. I can dig it. Ori and DY are going to go for a 2-man smoke. They are a kill squad because if he finds anybody, he gets an X. But Saksa is a little bit too fast for him. He does manage to get off the Moonlight Shadow, still hit by the X. He's going to be pulled back by hit by the boat. Fire Blast ready to go, and of course he got a multicast. A multicast is what he needed to get the kill. Yang pop out of the Moonlight Shadow, and Yang just backstrokes on him because what are they going to do? Nothing at all. Dude, it's so hard to bring down Tide once he has this Morbid Mask when you're Jug. Because he has infinite sustain. He just keeps anchor smashing and healing a ton. It's like when Mars gets flats. Ace, forced to use his spin here. Fada's going to pop out, starts walking that dog. Paparazzi immediately fests inside the creep, though. And he'll be able to reset. They want to deal with this creep, but by the time he's going to pop out, and he didn't even have rage, but honestly, Nip weren't in a position to stop him. And Vici Gaming just go right back to try and assault this mid-tier or bottom tier 1 tower because they have Ravage. They haven't had to use a Ravage yet, right? Right. I am correct.
I thought they were going to use it that one time at top when he pump faked it,
Yeah.
but there was absolutely no reason since the Jug wasn't going to ulti anyways.
3 bounty runes for Vici Gaming.
Sometimes the threat of this is one of those like situations where you have black hole,
Yeah.
and the threat of something is greater than. I'm sure there's like some analogy to be made here, but like the fear of something is greater than the actual like thing itself.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself. So you're saying Nip should fight into this Ravage?
There's no such thing. It's a construct of your mind.
Come on, guys. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Go!
Get team wiped. Run into a 5-man Ravage.
Fear is what keeps you alive.
Just get
fools.
absolutely worked.
All right, well, the tower didn't die. So in a way, they were right. Oh, hey, sorry about that. I meant to do this to see that the Dire took the tower at mid. Oh, I did it again. Jesus. Anyway, it wasn't the Broodmother that got the last hit, is what I was trying to show.
Still not that big of a lead. Only 2K, 7-5 at 16 minutes. Sort of a slower paced game.
Yeah.
Mainly because the Brood is largely avoiding any sort of engagements. It's mid lane. Oh, did he get the spiders?
He got
did.
the spiders.
Not all of them though, but a good amount. And the Brood's actually way ahead now, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is expected, right?
It is, but I thought that the Kunkka would somewhat keep up.
Well, Ori's going to go hunting here. 33 did opt for the 200 health. Most people going the spawn spiderling's damage. But I think he wants the health because of Kunkka, like to survive through that burst. In case he does get X'd.
Yeah, 33 is just going to completely TP out, go to this bottom triangle again, reset.
Fade, Purge, Soul Catcher on Peter. Peter not trying to go for a stomp here because he knows he's going to get disrupted the moment he tries for it, but now he's got 3 poison stacks. That's not enough to get the kill, as it's only 260 damage. And Ace in 33, they'll take this tower, but they're not going to be able to defend top right away. Oh, and TP in, or he actually wants to fight this. Oh, no, it's not. He's just going to X boat. He doesn't kill the creep wave, though, because of a smart glyph used by Nip. And now it's top lane. Yang, Vana thinks he's been left kind of alone, but Ori's going to show that he is indeed here, but the rest of the team is actually going to TP in. X goes back, arrow goes out.
Is DY going to die?
Retreat
No.
for free.
Looks like everyone's gone.
Die.
Dude, that Tidehunter was hard to click. He was so large when he got multicast Bloodlusted.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, dude, he's going to get Blink Dagger first. You told me he wasn't going to do it.
I was right. He went well, at least one team fight on Blast. Oh, the Ravage off of the Torrent. Great situation there, but it doesn't actually react to the kill onto Ace. They felt like they didn't have enough burst damage, and are they even going to kill Sox? All right, he finally dies to the Purge. Omni Slash. Oh, no, he bounced away from DY and onto the creep wave. Ace wastes his Omni Slash now, and with the Mirana dead, Nip. Well, I guess there's no Ravage, so Vici Gaming are unlikely to force this. Just gonna chill out. I mean, they own the map against a Broodmother. That's gotta feel pretty good. Especially if they can catch this Broodmother. 33 doesn't have a BKB, so she's gonna be chain stunned by the X-Torrent bow combination, and with the Infest, it's enough burst damage.
And Paparazzi's pretty massive now. Almost has the Radiance himself. They're going to disconnect him real quick. He's so good that he was lagging during that, and he still got it.
What a boss.
I actually feel like in the losses, Paparazzi's the most mediocre player on Vici. Or he looks the worst.
Yeah.
It's odd, right?
Because Vici, this was like the star of Vici Gaming. But in like all their games, DY Fade, sick duo.
Yeah.
Sick support duo. Ori has been stepping it up all year long, and Yang.
This guy was rank 1 in China, man.
Sometimes he can have an off game, but I feel like he mostly delivers the hits. You know, and those are the kind of hits that carries the game too. Yo, control your spiders. Ooh. I'm just dancing around. Dance, dance, dance. Oh, try to get the courier. Gets the glyph. He's going to try and cut the next creep wave. But the tower does die with the creep wave that's pushing in. And Vici Gaming, because of the Radiance. Oh, I thought they were going to keep going, but guess not. What is this?
I think he's trying to stack.
Yeah.
It just looks
It's
funny.
just funny. Synchronized walking.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell me.
What?
I was seeing Electric Light Orchestra while he spun them in a circle.
Let's see. Moonlight Shadow versus Invis Rune. Or sorry, Shadowblade. Arrow and Saxa pops out right next to Ori. He's going to be X'd up, and I think he is, because he's going to get torrented, and even if he went Invis again, they had a Radiance burn. He did get the bounty rune, though, so that's something. You know, as a support, I always say worth when I get the bounty rune and
You
die.
don't want it's blatantly not?
I mean, the gold exchange is not that different.
No.
So,
It also depends on how far ahead you are.
yeah. And Nipper behind. Worth. Dude, that is actually another thing that makes Shadow Demon super strong. The 30% experience gain. because he's got some cool talents. Shadow poison damage, and then into the cooldown if you want. Obviously, we've talked a lot about the level 25 talent, the TP out from Yang as he sees the arrow was used. If you're wondering why the arrow was used, this is a large part of the reason the Mirana is being picked as well, is being able to deal with catapults, just one-shot them.
Yeah, that's what Nahas tweeted too.
That's what Nahaz tweeted. That's what Kyle said. That's what me and Fogged were talking about yesterday.
Just give Alan the credit, man. He needs this one.
That's true. Alan's such a smart guy. Catapults are important. Who knew that would be a factor in TI? It's only been what people have been playing around for the last year and a half.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
The thing is, they don't even feed that much gold.
Yeah, they don't.
It adds up to like 3 creeps. Oh, Yang gonna get ulted here, and then casually walks away.
I mean, he didn't get a ton of Maelstrom procs, so that might have been a little unlucky, but it still wasn't that close.
How many more do you need though to
Yeah.
get the kill in there?
It's like he would have to get like 2 more and a full duration spin on Tide. And it would still probably be close. .33 is on the high ground, but a Blink Ravage, a quick execution on the Juggernaut, and BKB is going to be forced on 33 as well.
And that's the best part about X. Any other like random stun, whatever, but you know, once you pop X on somebody, you're forced into that position.
Yeah.
You have to just pop the BKB. Fairly obnoxious, but gold lead is still only 3K. Virtue of how well 33 has done this game. That hot start that we saw from Fada, though, is completely evaporated, as well as the start that we saw from Ace, who, you know, he's trying to work towards a Mjolnir, but...
Would you agree with this win probability? 75%. It's been that way for about the last 10 minutes.
72%, you mean? Let's be exact, let's be exact.
75%, you mean?
Oh, it updated again.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. My bad. I have egg on my face. That one's on me.
but you agree?
Oh
my God! Ah!
Jesus Christ.
Sweet Jesus!
What was that?
Holy crap! All right, we're never looking at Shadow Demon around spiders again.
Did they all get... Oh, my
They all
lord.
got soul catchers, so that was the
So
loudest.
the sound just amplified like crazy?
I would apologize to you, stream, but you know I had to go through that too. So now we know. Well, I'll try not to.
Dear lord.
I'll try not to let that happen again. I promise.
That actually shocked me.
I'm very awake right now. I'm very, very awake. Oh. My heart rate like spiked. I literally jumped out of my chair. BKB for fun. I don't know, man. It's just like this is just so lackluster to watch from Nip. Maybe they're going to turn this around, but I feel like they just lost the game almost 10 minutes ago, and it's just kind of drifted along, and Nip haven't made any moves to correct the course of this game, you know?
Yeah. We've seen that a lot at this tournament, though. Like, from the teams that, I don't know, like, we saw that from VP of all teams.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw that from, like, TNC of all teams. Teams that I don't expect this from.
Peter, he's dead. He can't TP away fast enough. He reacted almost immediately.
NIP feels like they're just kind of going with the flow. You know what I mean? Like, when
Yeah.
teams just, like, they're sort of playing the game. They're not really...
They're like, we hope you mess up.
Yeah, that's, it's a really weird... Because at least yesterday, like, what I really respected about Infamous, like, what made me think that they were going to be good was that, like, they played for the win every time.
Yeah. They forced errors
Yes.
out of teams. Like, games got sloppy because they were trying to force mistakes out of the enemy.
That's what caused Vici's, like, first game loss, and maybe what, like, hurt their confidence a little going forward is, like, they just took it to them.
Yeah.
They were like, we're going to engage you on our terms, we're going to fight nonstop, and this is just the way, this is the new world. And even in the game they lost, like, remember when they got the Aegis and then they just were like, let's fight, we have no spells, I have YOLO. Like, at least they're trying to create stuff on the map, whereas I feel like NIP is just a little bit too passive for my taste.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not to say they're not making some moves, but the moves are mostly like Broodmother split pushing them and Nip just waiting for like some sort of miss. Don't do it. Don't do it, Fade. I'm looking away. Don't cast Soul Catcher, please. Fada is actually going to try and catch Fade, so he's going to disrupt himself. The arrow actually lands on a DY. This could be a good fight, but they will be able to blink away on Fade. He had a blink dagger already. So he gets out, even if DY doesn't. Jesus. Paparazzi's going to try and deal with 33, who's now BKB wears out, so he's been caught by the X. He's going to be brought back into that boat, and now he's dead.
So we get a 1-for-1 trade.
On the deck, a 1-for-1 trade, a support for a Broodmother, a very farmed one at that. Now Ace is going to get caught as well.
Ravage.
The 4-staff Ravage, going to be able to catch him. The disruption used at the same time, not great, but it doesn't matter. Ace is still dead, so is Peter and Nip. They're just going to get walked all over. Their base is going to die here. Unless they're doing the buyback, because actually Juggernaut has no buyback.
Yeah, he bought out. I mean, they've got it on Peter, but I don't really know. ET is one of the better high ground defenders, but when you're in a position like this, you can just pop Rage, reset, hit it. Fada can't really get in there. His BKB's on cooldown, so they can throw out the odd arrow here and there, but this should be a lane of racks gone. They're in fact going to leave the range one behind because they're so far ahead at this point. They don't really care about it. Roshan is an option for them too. That was such a cool ulti too by Yang.
Yeah.
They just messed it up a little bit, but realistically it didn't matter because his spin was off.
Yeah. Well, we're going to Moonlight Shadow, and I'm not sure do what. They're going to draw on the map. 33 thinks control the jungle, get vision down. Is that what he wants? I actually don't know. This is where I'm going to play around.
By the way, Cap, or they're just wearing on you.
Yeah. I mean, it's wearing on me, and I'm not losing. Potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. It's hard to like figure out how to right the ship when you're in positions like this, because you can sense it, right? They're not dumb. They know the position that they're in. They're going to run into PPD, who doesn't have buyback. Remember, he tried to use it for the base defense. Is going to go down instantly. His Ace should be able to walk away. Does have spin TP if he needs it.
I mean, you know a team's in trouble when they're able to, like, kill you, go high ground, force buyback, and casually retreat. Like, never were they in danger.
Yes.
And now they're casually doing Roshan as well. Like, everything they do is with the utmost confidence because they know how much stronger they are than Nip. Ninjas in pajamas.
It's pretty rare to never lose a team fight.
Yeah.
In a game. That's usually the metric at which I judge a team's behind. And I was like, well, they literally just haven't lost a fight. Paparazzi, he sees the arrow. He's going to sidestep it real quick.
I mean, this has been a bit of a slow Roshan, but eventually it will fall. And Ninjas in Pajamas don't attempt to contest whatsoever. I don't blame them for that. I think all you could do is fight for map control and such. Hello. Hello, my pretties. Get a little extra gold for Paparazzi to finish up that AC. Speaking of an AC, Broodmother has one. But again, if a Broodmother is going even or even behind Decor, it's like Alchemist in a way. You just don't want to be in that situation. X, he's going to BKB. No, he's actually just going to get stunned by the Torrent, but it's still fine. Vici Gaming are going to look for somebody else. That's Peter. Peter just going to keep dying to this lifestealer. He doesn't have an out. Saxa.
Oh, Paparazzi getting chased down right now, but
they actually do manage to steal a bit of his damage. Fada, though, has worn out his BKB, and now that it's gone, he has to kind of lead the fight. Ace is fighting by himself with 33 actually joining him with the BKB, but Ace is taking so much damage. He's already dead. Nobody on the side of Vici Gaming is even close to dying. They're going to throw out a Ravage for 33 because he knows bot back.
I think the game might actually just be over now.
I think so too.
Yeah,
that's it. Peter's going to call it. This is looking like a Ninjas in Pajamas that has lost hope for TI.
They look like they are in absolute shambles right now. It's weird when just like, it was one of those weird games where it felt like nothing happened. Like, NIP just sort of lost.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we were waiting to see, like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Like, why are they at one win?
Yeah, what's the big brain game plan that we're not seeing?
Yeah. And right
There was
now,
nothing.
it's disappointing because this squad has shown up multiple times throughout the year.
Yeah.
Everyone always like memes about the whole mind control thing, but even disregarding that win, they still would have made it to TI based on how well they did at the Paris Major.
Ah, true. True.
And I mean, at that, they almost took out PSG LGD.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
they did.
This is a good squad. It's just for whatever reason, at least, especially in this game, like, you know, they just never got the ball rolling at any point. They found like 2 fights, but didn't really get anywhere with it. And
They have how many series left?
I can double check for you. While
I think it's 1 more series. Maybe 2. But
Okay.
the point is
it's
is
2
like,
series left. They play
Okay.
Infamous and EG.
Okay, the point is like if they just take the next game, if they take game 2 against Vici Gaming and they go through and 2-0 their next 2 series, then they will get themselves out of the hole that they're currently in. So there's still possibility. There's no way the Nip should be losing hope. I mean,
Yes.
that was just a depressing loss, but there's always a fresh game of Dota 2 ahead of us, and hopefully Nip will show us something inspiring going into game 2 because they need to shake things
Yeah,
up.
they're by no means out right now.
Yeah.
All they really need is like that one big win. We saw that with EG yesterday too. That's why I always tell people like never judge a team by like their first day.
Mhm.
But now we're in the crunch time. We're
Now it's day 3.
we're more than halfway through. If you're not pulling out wins here, like when are you gonna start pulling out wins?
All right, let's do it, Ninjas in Pajamas. Get something going. We're going to take a break. Hopefully, they have come up with a new strategy to beat Vici Gaming. We'll be back. There's no way to beat around it. Game 1 was uninspiring and just disappointing from Ninjas of Pajamas side. So Game 2, we're hoping to be able to see a different picture from them because this is not the kind of play that's going to be able to win you TI, and that's what everyone has come here to do. Win the International. No one's looking to be able to just make it out of groups or just place top 8. But right now, Ninjas of Pajamas, they're going to have to be in survival mode because they are in danger of heading out last in their group and getting eliminated before the playoffs.
This is such a big game for them. I can't understate this. Like, every team at some point at TI can have that right to ship moment.
Yes.
We saw that with EG yesterday when they finally started to develop some confidence.
Mm-hmm.
If you're NIP, we've been waiting for it for a little bit. Like, now is the time.
Come on, Peter. It's time to show up like at TI like you always do. I mean, he
leave
took that
China to me.
He
Peter
took that
Digger.
last NIP squad to top 8, and I think that was a success. I remember the post-game interview with Peter. It was it was one of the ones that was like the least sad. He was like, "Yeah, I think we came in, we did pretty well. Sad we lost, but that's the way it goes." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head, honestly."
I think with this squad, what they need is they need somebody to fire up right now.
Yeah.
They need somebody to be like, guys, what are we doing?
You know what the bad part is we'll go ahead and get into the game as our draft is underway. I'm looking at those names, and sadly, it's only Peter who can do that for this team. If you know the personalities behind Ace, Saxa, 33, and Fada, none of those guys.
Very chill guys.
All of them are very chill, so they're going to be easy to work with in that regard, but they are not going to light the fire that NIP kind of needs right now. And honestly, you can't put everything on the captain. We saw that from everything at OG from last TI. No-Tail did not single-handedly bring that team into the finals. Seb was there for him in a really big way. The manager was there for him. The players were playing with each other, having fun with each other. They supported each other all the way through.
You know what I loved about that True Sight? Is it proved a point to a lot of people that the things that are done outside the game and how important they are. And just going in with the right attitude, making sure that everyone's on the same page. It's never just about Dota.
Yeah.
Which is what I try to tell people in CAS. And I know a lot of people think I extrapolate too much from that, but I've been around these team environments enough to know that you need a moment where somebody just I remember on the old Liquid, it was I would just have to make up and get mad. And I'm not naturally
you would just make up a reason to be pissed off.
I mean, I'm not the calmest person in the world, but I don't think most people would say that I don't have irrational moments of anger.
No.
I don't ever yell.
No.
I don't get that kind of angry, if that makes sense. I get annoyed.
Yeah,
That's the kind of anger that I
You
have.
get passive aggressive and annoyed, but you don't get it yelling at people angry.
I'm not the kind of person that you would think in a sports team would fire somebody, but sometimes you just have to fake it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be what are we doing here? Y'all are disappointments. Those are
Whoa, I need to hear more about this. What was the worst best thing that you said to the Liquid members when you were fake angry and tried to rile them up?
One time I said, okay, so I only ever, because the thing is, it's a controlled thing, right? You can't do it all the time.
Yeah,
if you do it all the time,
of course,
then it becomes old. You get one or two really good moments.
Okay.
I think it was right before TI, we had really bad scrims or something like that, and I told everyone they were disappointing and that I should quit and that we shouldn't bother going.
Damn.
And then on DC, I remember it was right before we were playing after a qualifier before Boston or something like that, and I was we are straight up trash. I was this is just disappointing, and then I got really solemn and sad about it, and then I got angry, and I started screaming, and I always chose Rezo to scream at because I know he could take it.
Yeah.
But
you that's a interesting point, right? I've heard this before from you, is that you sometimes need a player, just like you need a player to amp up a team, you need a player who can take the heat, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And can we say who that was for Liquid? For
Matama Man.
Matama Man, he was the punching bag.
Matama Man is the guy on the team that you can get mad at and he will take it, and he'll be, because he's such a happy guy, he'll grit through it.
Yeah.
it's like
He's not gonna like hold a grudge about it
No,
and
absolutely
stuff like that.
And that's something that like he brought to the team that not a lot of people see. It's like you could yell at Matu and like sometimes he gets sad about it, but he would always get over it. So like if you needed to make an example, you would just choose Matu and then he would get over it.
Yeah. I just love it because obviously I have my own story about getting
Okay.
really pissed off at Matamba Men. That's another story.
When we
for
cast
another
the
day,
chaos,
but-
actually you cast chaos next. You
Yeah.
should maybe you shouldn't. Okay. Do I have any NIP or Vici stories?
I
don't
mean,
think
you worked
so.
with Soxa.
I did work. I mean, Sox is a good guy. He, I remember one time, like, he told us we were humble enough, and like, he told me that he wanted like to start working at a soup kitchen as a team, to like install humbleness and stuff like that. in guys.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Sox is just good people.
Huh.
Gentle giant for sure.
Yeah. Dude, he is a giant. If you guys don't know, he's
Yeah.
like 7 feet tall.
Very well spoken guy though. Very
Yeah.
nice. Never didn't have like a mean bone in his body.
He seems like one of those dudes that, like, from my perspective, from where I sit, yeah, like I see him and I think it'd be cool to be friends with him, but he's like, he's so reserved and quiet in many ways
Mhm.
that it's like the most I've ever gotten out of him is polite conversation and a smile and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
He was always a thinker.
Mm.
I think he told me once like he was trying to play professional handball in Macedonia.
Really?
Yeah, but then there was just like not a lot of money in it, and he didn't like the person coaching him.
Oh, okay.
And apparently he was like quite good, and he just quit.
I mean, I bet. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got into handball when I first moved into join Dota,
Yeah,
and they put me up in that basement,
yeah.
and because there was no internet in the basement, but there was TV.
Mhm.
There's not a whole lot because I don't understand German. Obviously, there's not a whole lot you can watch on television to really understand,
So handball was just
except for
lit.
like BBC. And I didn't want to watch the news, so I would watch handball. And handball seemed lit. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's a game I kind of want to play.
Let me say by the way, Vici. I feel like this is now that we have talked about NIP.
Yeah.
Vici. I feel like this is a potential championship winning squad.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Oh,
it is,
absolutely.
I think it's important for them to get punched once in a while,
Yeah, yeah,
Like-
yeah.
mess around a bit. It's like OG last year when they like surge at the right moments.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all you need. Is you just need to come together at the right time. Like that newbie squad that ended up winning in TI4.
Yep.
They were not good throughout that entire tournament. They were good when it mattered.
Turn to ban.
So Kyle rated Vici pretty low.
Yeah.
And I hope he's okay with me saying this, is that he said the part of the reason that he had that was because he had heard they had some internal fighting going on.
I see.
And I heard that and I immediately just kind of laughed because,
Seconds remaining.
dude, I think that's just what Vici Gaming is. This is a volatile, like, seriously. I've been in 2, I think, situations, maybe 3, where I've seen Vici up close just yelling at each other.
Yeah.
But they've been together this entire time. This entire season, they haven't broken up.
You think it's just their MO?
I think that's just their MO. And I think it's also like what drives them to be so good, is the fact that they are young and some of them are angry and loud and they're going to yell back and forth. And
You want that fire.
Yang's going to yell at ROTK and ROTK is going to yell right back because that's what both of them do. And but at the end of the day, they've stuck together as a team this entire time and they've found success. And I think that's just the mode with which they operate.
You know what I will say is what you need is a few things, I think, for TI win. You need an all-star performance. You need somebody who can consistently deliver all-star performances and carry you when you shouldn't be carried.
Yep.
That's one of them.
Okay.
I think you need at least one of your 3 cores to just be like a stable guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you need a superstar 4.
Okay.
And
so,
I think they fulfill those conditions for me.
absolutely.
For me, NIP, like I need if you're an NIP fan, you need somebody to step up right now and like straight up just say I'm gonna get that solo rampage, because it's like when Arteezy did it yesterday, I felt like that was like in a basketball game where like the game is kind of like low and then somebody dunks
yeah.
and then it energizes the team. Like you
Yep.
need that moment to be like, holy shit, we can do this. Like you just actually went off and carried.
Yeah.
In this game, I think like Ace or Fada, you need to like just go for it.
You need to slam on him.
Yeah, you need to slam on.
We need Fada to get some big hammer drops.
Yes, you need to get your team going right now. And this is a very good OD game. Very good against Ogre, Tidehunter. Slark and OD are very similar, actually, in what they want.
Yeah.
Like, against heroes, they want these heroes that rely heavily on, like, stats. OD is so good against Tide because you're reducing his already low mana pool. And on top of that, like, 4 hits in, you pop the ulti, he's got terrible int, he just dies.
And a Morphling. A Morphling is the choice for Paparazzi.
That's an interesting one considering the circumstance. I actually thought, like, I don't know. I didn't think they were going to take Morph.
Yeah, like how is the Morphling OD matchup? Because I thought this game, despite its early picks, seems to be a pretty good OD game, as you said. Like, I don't think you like Queen of Pain, but I don't think you hate Morphling, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, you have the big burst damage against him. He's not a great, doesn't have amazing intelligence stats. Like, he can turn into you and imprisonment. And I think that's one of the most annoying things is that he turns it into an OD and he right-clicks you and he imprisons people. That part is really good.
Somebody wants something like a good Morphling game means that there's somebody OP to, like, become.
Okay. And, then in that case, it's a good Morphling game because becoming OD is OP.
Okay. Abaddon is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Apparently,
you know who it is right now? It's not Earthshaker anymore, but it's Dark Willow. Dark Willow is the OP thing to become. Build the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is, like, NIP, what I want from them this game, by the way, not to cut you off, is just go for it. Play to win. Don't just play. Sometimes, you know, when you play to go through the motions.
Yeah.
When like sometimes I'll do that. I'm like, why did I queue for this pub game?
Yep.
And I'll like put on a movie or something like that, and I just won't. You know, I'm just playing until the game's over. I won't try to make any plays, and if I win, great. And if I lose, I'm like, whatever. That's kind of what it feels like a little bit. Of course, they're trying to win, but you know, show me with your play. Go for it this time. You know, this team is so much better than they're showing right now. Even if you get last in your group, at least make the games competitive. Like, go in strong for it. Let's do it. Show us something. Make this series competitive.
I mean, we've got a TI winner, a second place finisher. Who else? I mean, 33 is obviously, like, 33 has been heralded as, like, just this incredible, I think, oh, God, what just happened? Please go away. All right, cool. 33 has just been heralded as this amazing offlaner who has a very unique hero pool. He was held as like the what's the breakout player?
Yeah.
Right, of last year. Ace, incredible experience with Secret. Even if they took him out, like he I think still showed that he's a top tier player and continued to do so for NIP this season. And then Fada, like, you know, Fada's the old dog of the team, but he's obviously still very motivated to keep playing and prove that he's still a top tier mid. Like, he made that transfer over to the offlane and he came back for a reason.
It's actually going to be in the bad mid.
Okay.
Look at the builds.
Yeah, we'll check it out. I just want to make sure nothing happens here. So Fada's going to go out into the
offlane,
offlane, and
why
they're going
does
to have...
Fada have double tango? I was like, this makes like negative sense.
Okay. Like, anything that's different from Ninjas in Pajamas right now, I'm down to take.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're going to get 3 bounty runes, too.
Play for the win.
Honestly, I feel like we almost have to be the Ninjas in Pajamas cheerleaders because
dude, the fans have
they
fled.
need it.
Right now,
fans are like
dudes that have been on the NIP flare, they're like suddenly infamousing up and saying like, yeah, like they are no longer on this train. So somebody has it. We were on the infamous train when I felt like nobody was. So we've got to switch. We will be the defenders of the underdog. As Sox is going to throw an arrow into this ogre right here.
Bop him.
Bopped.
He is very tanky though.
This is the worst hero to do it to
This is-
because he just doesn't care.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
I feel like every time you hit him, it's like a timber saw.
He's like
He's a built-in reactive armor.
he's getting stronger. I could see this being a good way to threaten the Morphling.
Yes.
Right? If he stays too low and he gets imprisoned, then straight into the arrow he could die. Batten has a way to deal with Shadow Strike, so Ori probably should just go for the maxed out Scream of Pain build. Because he's not really quote-unquote winning this lane against 33, at least off of Shadow Strike.
I actually think this lane is still fine for co-op, by
Yeah.
the way. Because you still have to cast a Photic Shield every single time. And it's not ultra efficient to cast it like this. Like, he's already out of mana cap.
Yeah, that's true. And he's not close to a bottle or anything. What's he got coming in for him? He's got the Bassi. That's what everyone's doing right now. Bassi and a Mango, so that'll give him a few more Photic Shields.
Oh, no. He didn't get the miscoil cap.
Huh?
I really like this lane, by the way.
Lich Slark.
Yeah.
It's dirty, and it just got first blood on Yang.
It's so strong. As 33 looks like he wants the suicide off the bat. This is a surprise.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so Ori is going to have a relatively free lane here, it looks like.
Well, and to be fair, he's only going to miss one CS, it looks like.
He's actually doing fine in CS. I take it all back.
Yeah. He missed one. That was one deny. It's whatever. For a total reset in lane, that's pretty high.
It is pretty hype cap. You are right. What?
You know, the audience just isn't going to believe us at this point.
About what?
When we say, like, oh, that's pretty good, they're like, all right, you're trying to sell Nip a little bit too hard. But he's 16-2. And he just got the range creep. And
Bye,
the range
Nip.
creep denied. Look at him go.
Top lane.
DY, good job blocking the arrow. DY's going to play bodyguard.
He's reactive armored.
Look out.
Look at this man.
Dude, DY's just challenging
This
him.
is so silly.
Fire Blast and Fada. Fada can't hit him any longer. He has to hide.
He's
he goes into
healing.
the trees. He has a healing salve. So as soon as he gets the Morphling under, he's going to pop that healing salve.
This is so... What 5 position can... With 180 HP,
Oh, Fada, is he going to go for the... Okay, they stopped chasing him.
it feels like I'm stronger.
Yeah. No, it's weird. All right, they're going to try lane because they got Yang to... Wait, why are they try laning?
I don't know.
Yang is going to hate being
Dude,
against
Yang
this
is-
Slark.
Yang's life is not good.
Maybe they think the Shadow Shaman just wasn't going to help?
Okay, here's what Yang has to do. He actually has to just take this wave, get into the next wave, and then just die.
Yeah, he has to cut from here on out.
Yeah.
He can never lane directly into the Slark.
Here's what the Slark's going to do, though. Ace is going to TP to the shrine and try to cut him off.
Yeah. But he saw him. Yang
Yeah.
knows this, so now he's going to TP back. He grouped the creep
Wow.
wave up.
And he's going to let this one die to the tower. And the other 3 will die to the creeps over here. Yang is such a beast. And Ori got us...
Or he killed 33. He, with the help of Fade, they managed to dive mid lane. I'm not going to lie. I was trying to figure out what Blitz was talking about, and I did not look at mid. They dove that Abaddon for a long time.
It was like 30 seconds. All right, Observer Grant, relax. Don't try to lump me in with your failings.
Arrow misses.
How is this offlane OD doing? He's doing fine, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so NIP, once again, like, they're doing fine in, like, 3 lanes, pretty much.
I think that's like the one thing about Ninjas of Pajamas is that they always seem to do well in their lanes. Like, looking...
That's even more worrying, dude.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Because normally what ends up happening is like, oh, bottom lane?
DY just kind of sidesteps that one bottom lane. They're going to go for the dive onto Yang. Ace has the pounce coming up, but it's not like he needs it. Well, Yang just wanted the experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't give up.
His levels are actually fine. Like, he's
Yeah.
about to hit 5. If we look at the Slark, he's like the same level as the Slark.
Yeah.
I think that's gone exceedingly well for him.
It's just, this part's going to be really difficult.
Dire's top tower
When the Slark gets like level 5 and level 6, you aren't in a position to be able to cut the way. So instead, he's going to stack for himself and just farming neutrals. I think that's fair. That's fair enough, my dude.
The problem is he's not fast enough anymore to do the creep pull thing.
Yeah.
The Slark will come for him.
Yeah.
And I actually think it's well worth it. Part of the problem is when you're not a completely sacked offlaner, Cap, you're giving up a lot every time you die. It's different if you're some like level 2 Tide Hunter at this point. But being a level 5 Tide...
Arrow
do you
slides
think
on
they really
by.
kill him after? Anyways? Like, probably not, right?
No. I mean, like, the silence would hold him there for a little while, but they don't have any, like, actual burst damage. Big downside of having an Abaddon is you don't really have a playmaker that's going to move around the map for you off of this mid solo experience. So.
Yeah, I almost feel like he should continue to try to go for this top lane. The problem is DY
Yeah.
with this stout shield. I've never seen anyone care less about tanking arrows to the face. Ogre something. Oh, somehow this like melee creep just like snuck through. It's rogue.
That. He did. Gank top lane. Fada's in trouble. He's going to be chain stunned here immediately. There is going to be the TP in of the Lich, but I just don't think he's going to be here fast enough as the Imprisonment's going to wear out. Paparazzi's going to wait for him forward, but Fada actually is surviving pretty well. He has
he's more than fine.
Strength Treads, Crown, Circlet, and Iron Branch. It's literally just all stat items.
Yeah, I was surprised you said he was going to still go down.
I didn't think he was that tanky.
I think it's more that that lane doesn't do that much damage, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know what you're...
It's level 1 Ether Shock. It's an Ogre.
It's a morph, like...
It's a morph. It's a morph that can't go full agi with confidence. That's always what you want to do. Set up a lane that morph feels always a little bit under the gun. Hey, a regen for Saksa. He's doing a good job trying to collect those power runes.
If anything, just keep him away from Ori.
Yeah. Don't want to give Queen of Pain a big haste, double damage, or something that's going to get kills in the side lanes. Yang stacked up for himself, and now he's level 6, almost 7. There's also a stack over here that he can farm, I think, a little bit later. I appreciate that. Whenever forward positions say, I can't help you with your lane, if they could stack for me, like that is helping, you know?
Yeah, you're getting something done on the map. And it feels as though you're not just getting, like, screwed for nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's the big part is if you're for, like you said, you want him to feel like he's doing something for you.
Yeah.
And if he's not getting kills actively, then it's frustrating.
The best pro offlaner or pro 4 positions I've ever played with have always told me, hey, your lane's garbage, I can't help you, but I'm going to dumpster mid.
Yeah.
You know? And it gives me that confidence of like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, like, this is fine. Like, he told me that I'm going to get crushed. Everyone's aware of that. Now my job is, like, just keep the status quo.
Yeah.
And
All
this
right.
bottom lane for Yang is, let me tell you, this is about as dumpstered as you can get.
Paparazzi left his lane at top, and 33 is going to try to take advantage of that. Yang's going to show up, and he does have a Ravage, but honestly, they don't have a ton of damage here. Nobody of Vici Gaming can take advantage of a Ravage. That's why he's holding it until the TP's complete. Ori is now here. 33 is going to be forced to use his ultimate. The Ogre does end up dying behind the tower. The pull back in, there's the Ravage, and now 33 may fall. Here's the Euphonic Shield, Moonlight Shadow. They don't have the vision, but they do have the Sonic Wave to run him down. The tower dies, and a buyback happens, and they got 2 kills. That's a pretty decent rotation. Peter's also going to die.
Yeah, they'll get this kill, but still not the worst situation in the world for
Yeah.
NIP.
You know, when I said they don't have a playmaking mid, while that is true, they do have a mid that can move around and force towers down.
Yes. I mean, the best part about playing Abaddon is you don't really ever love fighting into him.
Yeah.
Any of these heroes with the resets ultis, they just feel bad to play around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like ganking a lifestealer or...
I mean, look what he's going to do here. He's got the Siege Wagon in mid lane. And he's just going to roll up with the Ogre. Oh, wait. No, he didn't take the Ogre. He's got the Helmet Dominator, but he hasn't taken a creep yet.
Look at this. Like, he doesn't care if he dies, Cap, because the resources that it takes to kill on Abaddon, like, you need at least 2.5 heroes.
Yeah. And if you don't do it, you're going to lose your mid-tower, which is also going to feel terrible. What a pull-in into Arrow. That was sexy. Unfortunately, the Euphonic Shield isn't there to be able to save Peter, but he'll gladly trade out 1 for 2, especially if they can finish off this tower.
Ace is here.
Ace, he's going to try and roll up. 33 is going to try and help him a little bit. Miss Coil, Euphonic Shield as well. Ace isn't going to continue to try and run down these heroes because Paparazzi has turned into an Abaddon as well. But still, forcing the rotation, still coming out on top in the hero trade-offs.
And they had to pop the Shaman Wards. And IP they're going for it right now. We said this is what we wanted to see from them. Some raw aggression, play for the win, and so far so good.
Farming up some Serpent Wards too. Paparazzi doesn't really want to be there defending that mid tower the entire time. He showed up for that one fight, but really he just needs to focus on farming because he needs to be able to out-carry an OD and Slark. And I think that's something that you just have to be ahead of both of them. I don't think you can have an even game and challenge both of those cores at 35, 40 minutes.
It's just rough. Which is why I was sort of confused by the pick. I forgot, by the way, like, it's not OD that I think it's OP to turn into. I think it's the ABBA.
You think it's a bad?
Yeah. Just the shield is amazing for you.
Yeah.
Evil Omni Knight.
Evil Omni Knight. God, the comparisons between the two go so far. They both have a shield of some sort. They both have a heal. They both have this slow. It's just Evil Omni Knight only cares about himself with his ultimate. Until he gets Aghanim Scepter, which is legit, let me tell you. Oh, Paparazzi's going to dive in front of this one. He will. What a good guy. Strength morphs up, tanks the arrow, and allows the Queen of Pain to get away. That's a homie right there. But Nip just naturally have more space to work around. I saw the health bar Paparazzi just go down to 0.
That's just a morph thing. He's like slowly starting to catch up, but he's well behind Ace.
Yeah.
Ace has had a relatively free game, especially being able to lane against a Tidehunter. Have you laned Tide against Slark? I did that recently as the Slark. It feels so good.
Yes.
Hitting
so
the Tide
against you
feels amazing because you know nothing he does matters.
Yeah.
Nothing sticks. Everything, every ability that Tide has, you just shrug off.
Yeah.
It's impossible to cast Ravage.
He can't get rid of Pounce. He's just forced to sit there and watch his stats be stolen away. And 33 quickly returns back to the mid lane. What you're going to see is this Abaddon just always makes sure that the lanes are on Vici Gaming's side of the map. He'll never let it get pushed too far into his side. That way he can maintain his aggression and taking neutral camps. I think it's actually, I wish you could see sometimes some sort of stat about like how much neutral gold you get from like enemy jungle. Because I think that's actually such an important idea because it's both getting yourself gold, of course, but it's taking away. It's taking away from the enemy.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool concept, Cap. I don't give you credit enough, but like, that's a pretty dope idea.
Reminder that I was the first one to tell you about the smoke rotation around catapults.
Were you?
Yeah, dude. Dude, the first thing that happened with that, I immediately said, look at what they're doing. And you were like, oh, that's a cool idea. They went on 33, and he's gonna, no, there's, I thought there was going to be a hiding spot there when he cut down a tree, but there's not.
No, dude, it just leads. If anything, it opens it up even more.
I was like, oh, there must be some sort of hiding hole here. No, there was nothing there.
And now they're.
I mean,
You
with
could
no
tell
hold back.
Gang wanted to use that ulti, by the way.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I've been holding on to this for so long. And it's not the good kind of holding on to it like last game. Last game was, we're taking towers and stuff, and I've yet to have to use my ultimate. Here, it's the opposite situation.
There's one thing I fear from NIP's lineup, is I don't know how they start a fight.
Yes. It's really bad. Really bad for them. $2K gold lead, 6-5, 16 minutes in. And the status quo is good for Ninjas and Pajamas, but I think we're getting into a point where Ninjas are no longer going to have a super good control of how team fights start.
Yes.
I think it's going to be Vici Gaming determining all of that.
What needs to happen for NIP for them to win this game, and we're looking at it from their perspective because they literally have one win,
Yeah.
is they have to just continuously get the Slark bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing right now. They need to be able to go for these pickoffs. Ace, it's actually going
Ace
to turn
is
around.
hard
He gets
committing.
stunned up, but they actually have the arrow onto Yang. Thanks to the Chain Frost, they saw these TPs in and said,
Oh, I like this
is a
move.
great opportunity. They cannot fight us if they TP in one by one, and they're going to be able to get more. They
Can you
have
get the
arrows.
pounce?
Do they have pounce? They're going to get pounce.
He's got him. That was such a cool move.
Yeah.
They all in committed under the tower. And I think Vici assumed just because they had the defense of the tower that they were going to be in a fine position. And now look at this. NIP, I mean, they're going for it right now. I think they understand the limitation of their lineup. What makes them strong is their ability to just group like this and
Yes.
not have to worry about looking for how to start a fight.
Yeah, ignore paparazzi at bottom lane. What does that matter if they can't actually beat us in a fight?
Yes.
We know they use Ravage. How can they beat us if they don't have Ravage?
And I think now is an okay time to back.
Yeah.
You don't have your Slark ulti. Wards have been dropped. You know that the enemy team's about to have Ravage back up. This is the first time in the series where I've seen NIP make like a decisive move.
Mm-hmm.
And they needed something like that. Now you can take the Shrine. Roshan is all of a sudden opened up. I believe somebody on their team should be going for... Okay, no one is.
They have a Solar Crest somewhere. I know they do. Wait, what?
They don't.
I saw it.
It was, you must have been thinking of the Tide.
Dire's top shrine.
Oh, yeah. It was.
But they can still do it
it's
with
because I
Abba.
saw it at top lane,
Yeah.
but he used it on the...
You can do it with Abba plus, like, his Vlads.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine.
Abaddon is amazing with Solar Crest, but he's not going for it. He's going for Lotus Orb. Dude, this is one of the best heroes with Solar Crest.
Yeah, I would agree
Because
with you
the
there.
negative interaction of using it doesn't affect you, because nobody wants to hit you.
They're
They're going to go for Yang again. Dude, they're just targeting this guy, and he's not going to get a Blink Dagger at this rate.
get this
He's
get
dead.
this Tidehunter big. And they're gonna pop him again.
He has no mana.
He
Pull back
is
for a second, the
100%
Kraken
dead.
Shell cleanses him, but can't really do anything.
So that's 6 perma agi already, Cap, at 19 minutes.
Yeah.
And it looks like they just want to go for it again. They know that there's no wards up. The Tidehunter's dead for 60 whole seconds.
I mean, he's got
he doesn't
30
have buyback.
agility right now.
He's got no buyback either. He's just gonna walk in.
Use the silence on 33, but I'm not sure what that really does. 33 is just going to keep running forward. He actually does have to use his borrowed time, though, and
It's
that's
getting a little bit
awkward.
too low.
They can't fight anymore.
Now you probably wait for the BKB since you saw the Orchid on the Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Get the BKB on Ace. Once he has BKB, he's gonna be nigh unkillable.
And BKB on Fada would be nice, but it's pretty distant. So let's take Roshan, get that BKB, and...
Yeah, you took the Shrine for a reason. This is the next move to take.
20 seconds still on the Tidehunter, which means Ninjas run in there with confidence, and Vici Gaming will just search for bounty runs,
Worthy tribute.
picking up the scraps. Aghanim Scepter for Saksa, so they're going to have a 4 position that is scales nicely. When you get this Ags this early, it means you're almost guaranteed to get okay, they're trying to get here in time, but it's too late. Peter is going to be Fire Blasted. Fana makes an opening here. They're going to try and go for the arrow onto him with the bounce as well, or he's already dead. They actually threw out the chain
it's going to keep
frost,
hitting.
and it's going to be able to bounce between Yang and DY multiple times. DY is slowed down as they actually put the frost armor on that
I like
really
this a
fast
lot.
Ogre Frost Mage, so he's going to be able to keep running it down, but Ace actually managed to get off that Shadow Dance. He's going to may lose his first life until the big hammer gets dropped. Tide falls. Sonic Wave does take away just the Aegis, but Sox is going to be able to finish off Fade inside the trees. Paparazzi and Ori, they know they can't fight any longer. They have to retreat. DY, who bought back for this one, just gave another permanent agility to Ace.
And this was the double buyback too. Like you said, they only lost the Aegis for this, and the timing of this couldn't have been more perfect as Ace is about to finish his BKB, which, you know, it's his own Aegis in a way. They're going to push out this top lane. They're going to connect. There is no wards, no Ravage, no buyback on the Queen of Pain if she dies again. Her gold has just been completely shuttered. They're ignoring Paparazzi. This has been their entire strategy, and Paparazzi's 1-0-0, but he's going to have 0 impact.
Dude, he picked up a Lincoln's, and this just means there's no damage from this carry. They're playing way too fast. They did not expect this one. They actually got an arrow
he
on
got the
Paparazzi. They are going to try and run forward, but if he
look
can be
at Yang.
activated
He
by
just
Aces
dies.
instead, he's going to go for Yang, take down this tanky Tide Hunter. No frontliner available for Ori, Paparazzi, and Fade as they're just left to watch as Nip will take their time bringing down this barracks to top lane.
Soxa, he's looking for it right now. They're
Got
going to
another
rear
blink dagger into another arrow. No, Fade actually runs forward. Managed to get the Hex off to make sure there's no chaining arrow. Ori will survive, but DY is the one who takes it instead, and the arrow actually nailed Fade. So Fade will fall. Saved his cores, yes, but another 3 dead on the side of Vici, and Ninjas and Pajamas are massive. 13,000 net worth lead for them, 18-5, 22 minutes. They've already taken lane of Rax, and this is a late game lineup too. They have OD and Slark.
I think that it's a little bit of a, what is the word, like a mirage though.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to the ultra late game, they will lose because they just don't have stuns.
Agreed.
And so they're taking advantage of their lineup in the only way they know how, which is group up, fight, fight, fight. And I think this is the complete perfect read of their lineup. And this is just...
I mean, Vici Gaming fell head over heels for that Mirage. They saw this and they're like, they're going to be slow. They're not going to be able to do anything. Paparazzi's like, don't worry, guys. I'll just split push. I'm going to get Lincoln's E-Blade. By the time they're pushing high ground, I'm going to be online. Not the case at all.
No, they've given him no room to breathe whatsoever as Ace has shown up to this bottom area.
A Blink Dagger now for Soxa. See, it was going to be Blink Dagger first for Soxa. He got it before the Tide Hunter. It was just the wrong game.
You're so dumb.
I'm so smart. I was looking into the future.
And look at this. They're just
Seriously,
going to go for...
Yang really needs this Blink Dagger.
Yeah, he does. Well, so he can at least get into the backline. Part of the problem is that when you walk in as a Tide against a Slark like this, you're forced to use your ulti so much sooner than you'd like.
Yeah.
It's never in an ideal situation as they're going to go for the split push, and once again, NIP is just going to ignore that entirely and just go for it.
All right, this time they hit the Blink Dagger. So what I think might happen here is Vada might jump forward and do his imprisonment thing, and he's going to get punished for it.
Yeah, and Fada doesn't have a BKB himself yet.
Yeah. He does have 33, though. He can pop Borrowed Time and a Photic Shield right away as he lands on the ground. Like, that is something that you can always pop it to get rid of stuns and save an ally.
Yeah, and now they're going to go for the Shrine instead. You know, it'd be cool if the silence worked on the Shrine.
What, so you can activate Sanctuary?
That'd be pretty dope. I mean, come on, Abba's, like, active is pretty bad as it is. Like, make it... realistically, it makes no difference. What is that, like a 5% chance that it actually does something in a game?
Agreed.
Give him random buffs. Let him pick up 2 boots.
One for him and one for his horsey.
Yeah. Give him some, like, horseshoes.
What if there was a hero that could do that? That could have unlimited boots and had no movement speed cap?
I'd first pick it.
That's like his thing. He
As
has
long as it came
significant
with, like-
weaknesses, you know, otherwise.
Well, yeah, the fact that, like, people are going to get convinced to buy 6 sets of boots. That's the significant weakness, let me just tell you.
Dude, remember when Treads was like the most value item? People literally would just get treads for the stats.
Yeah.
The Meepo treads builds.
Then it became Dragonlance.
Then it became Dragonlance. There's always that item. Right now, that item is just Wraithbands and Bracers. That item, no. That item is Solar Crest, sorry. That's the real value. It just does too much for the gold cost. Lotus Orb is up for the Ben, which was his choice over the Solar Crest this game. We rarely see Solar Crest being overlooked, but he felt like the Lotus Orb was really important against the Shadow Shaman and the Orchid, so I don't fully blame him for it. It is really good against a lot of the single target of Vici. And again, how do they stop Ace? How do they stop him if he's being a Photic Shield, has a BKB, and even Lotus Orbed?
Trick question. You don't.
You don't. You just split push and hope they run back. I'm not going to lie. Paparazzi, I think he actually needs to hit this tower. Like,
Yes.
I feel like he needs to take more risks in this game.
I think Paparazzi is, like, he's not pacing this game correctly.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty clear when he picked up a Lincoln's and he was losing barracks, you know? It's like, well, I have a Lincoln's. Okay. Good for you, I guess. Ninjas in Pajamas not going to go for that high ground push just yet. They know they have really good control of the game. They know they scale well with OD and Slark, so they still have plenty of time to build up some more. So no point in trying to rush things. They have a minute until Roshan starts its spawn timer. So just control. Don't throw this game by going high ground unnecessarily.
Do you think they should wait for the next Rosh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, if they went high ground, lost the fight, and it was an early Roshan spawn and Vici Gaming got it, that is 100% a throw. You are throwing a 85-15 game. Okay, you are throwing a 99-1 game.
Oh my lord.
I was gonna say 90-10, and I was like, maybe that's not giving Vici Gaming enough credit. But Dota Plus says otherwise.
Dota Plus thinks that we should actually just go.
Yeah. No. That's the 1%.
Yeah.
Going high ground, losing the team fight, giving up Roshan. That's the 1%.
They never saw this coming.
Oh, Blink Dagger for 33. Really? Okay. I mean, one of the cool things about Blink Dagger bad, you can always use it. It's like having an Oracle on your team, you know? How you can always use it when you get False Promise. Same goes with Borrowed Time. You're not taking damage, so. I'm presuming he's going to use this to try and pressure, like, the Shadow Shaman and such.
Plus, it's just nice. Like, you know, you pop your ulti, you shield one guy, Lotus the other.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, like, a terrible idea by any means.
1 second pounce leash for the Slark, who's got Scotty, Diffusal Blade, BKB. Fada has BKB, Veil, Blink, and is going to start working towards a Scythe that is still a little far away, though. Our Morphling is, well, he's got Ethereal Blade. And buy it out. Don't worry about buyback, because honestly, if you don't have an offensive item, you're not going to win a fight anyway.
Oh, and look at this timing. NIP, instead of waiting for the Roshan, what they're hoping for is Vici takes a fight outside of the base.
Yeah. Like, the thought is Paparazzi's bottom, and he's like, they're probably doing Roshan, or they're round Roshan right now.
I like this game sense, though.
But he had good reads.
Yeah, good read.
So now Vici, in turn, are saying, oh, they all went bottom? I thought they knew they went bottom, but they're going to run to top. Oh, because Bounty Runes. Of course. Bounty Runes are spawning, so they're going to try and get this and then grab whoever shows up for the other one. It is going to be AC, and he actually got hexed up. Fate gets in with the shackle. That is just what they needed. What a beautiful read from Vici Gaming.
Oh, it was so well done. And it all starts because Paparazzi doesn't get picked off at bottom.
Yeah.
He made that read.
And just like that, we got another 1% back. it's a 98-2 game. Roshan is taking a sweet time, but he
Do you know whose
is
items have not gone up at all?
finally here.
This tide.
Not sure. You got a medallion. He got a medallion.
That's something.
Yeah. That's a thing. Roshan, anybody? Oh, wait, I forgot Slark's dead. Well, sadly, Vici Gaming can't... You know, like, you're really far behind when you kill the enemy carry, and you can't actually go and take an objective, like Roshan, or even just a tower. You can't even play very offensively.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Newbie versus Keen game 1.
That was such a weird series.
Yeah, that was okay.
Oh.
33. He has a lot of survivability, so bar time. Goes back up to full. Phonic Shield, Lotus Orb, but everything being used on himself.
I'm not really sure what that was. It's very unlikely that they kill him. In fact, impossible in that situation.
Maybe they just wanted borrowed time down.
It's up in 20 seconds.
Well, maybe a team fight will happen in 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
Which he took the 20 CDR.
20 CDR. I'm with it. I 1000% agree.
He's not trying to win the game.
No.
Sorry, he's not the reason why. Like, they don't need him as a core.
He does not need to do the damage.
Yeah, he just needs to get in front.
As seen from his
annoying.
items, like this Lotus Orb, like you literally just need to be able to protect your
the jump.
carries, and that's why the jump forward from Vada with the BKB. That's your damage dealer. They're going to be able to get the Shadow Shaman as well as D-Wise Ogre.
This is what opens up Roshan for you.
Yeah. If it wasn't free before, it's free now.
Did they see the ward? I guess not.
Buyback. Vici Gaming know that they have to take a risky fight if they want to come back into this game, so they're going to blow one buyback here. I'm not sure what Ogre's waiting on. But I guess he
currently
doesn't have
Tide
to
showing
use it.
mid.
Yeah.
I guess Ogre just thinks that no fight is going to happen, and he would be correct.
Yeah. Ninjas in Pajamas are being very cautious. They have a lot of respect for Vici Gaming, especially after that game 1. Being whomped like that will make you a little bit timid. They're going to make sure they don't let that 2% chance happen. Because, again, they still have build-up.
They're going to get some form of catch, too, with this Hex on Fada.
Yeah.
And this is going to be another power spike for the OD. Waiting on the high ground, the arrow.
Oh, it's going to nail Yang. Is that the hero they really want to go on? Well, that's the hero they're going to BKB and try and go for, but he does have a Ghost Scepter. Really nice way to protect himself. The Euphonic Shield actually be given by Paparazzi, allows him to be able to get away. Peter is going to be saved by 33 here. Arrow comes out, Ori is going to be pounced on. Ace pushed away. Now goes the Ravage down. They actually are going to be able to bring down Fada in a second. The Imprisonment. Oh no, is he going to be able to blink away? It's looking like it, unless they waveform over the top. Very smart play from Paparazzi. And a buyback coming out from Peter. Vici Gaming. They definitely won that fight. It may cost them a buyback on Ori, but they're so far behind. That trade-off has got to be worth it.
The gold lead, yeah, it goes back to them. Like, they get 700 out of that. 700 total.
Yeah.
Plus, like, 3,000 XP.
That's another percent.
That's another percent.
Keep the grind going.
I said the gold lead. I meant the overall gold right there.
Yeah.
But the problem is, even with the buyback on Ori, it doesn't really matter because they can't get Roshan. That's the bigger problem, is that normally when you go for this buyback, it's to get Roshan. But for him, it's to prevent Roshan. But all you have to do, if you're an IP, is wait the 20 seconds necessary, and the next fight you take will be Sands Wards and Tide Ravage.
Yeah, they actually have to get a pick off right now. Oh, the Hex was at the tail end of that Dark Pack. That is unfortunate. This is, I think they have to give up Roshan. No Ravage, no buyback on Queen of Pain. I don't know how they win that fight. But then again, I don't know how they win the game if Nip has an Aegis cheese. So Paparazzi, I think you need to get a pick off here. Saksa, leap, leap, leap. Into the trees he goes, and he actually gets out. They needed that pick off in the Slark, or they needed that kill on the Mirana. Really badly, because if Nip group up, there may not be anything to stop them then. Vici Gaming going to start dropping sentries. They knew this Moonlight Shadow's coming. They're going to throw out the arrow. Doesn't actually hit anything. Blinking backwards, Paparazzi. He's got waveform. He actually gets pounced on. He's in a bit of trouble. Has his BKB, activates it. That doesn't feel great.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Could just go back for Rosh now. That BKB is now done too, but instead, Saksa in fact goes bottom lane.
Yeah, there was double siege wagon push.
I feel like they just go Rosh though. No BKB on Morph.
Yep.
Have to think about the greater objective at this point.
Yeah. I think it's like one of those things where it's like, I just literally need 10 seconds to kill these siege wagons, and then I'm going to come right back to Roshan. Yang, he has Ravage actually. That's back up. Fade's going to be able to throw the Serpent Wards inside of the pit. Lotus Orb bouncing back that shot to Paparazzi, but he had a Lincolns of his own. Fade actually dies as Saksa has a godlike spree with the Blink Dagger, Ethereal Blade. He is very scary in 33. He just places himself very offensively forward. The arrow's going to nail Yang. He has Ghost Scepter. He has Ravage, so they can't overcommit to trying to bring him down.
Oh, he's dead.
The borrowed time got overwhelmed there, and they will be able to bring him down. The buyback coming out from the Tidehunter. At the same time, Ori, one more shot from Ace would have been able to finish him up. Paparazzi tried to jump in, but Fada does manage to imprison, blinks away, and he's fine. Vici Gaming still have that Ravage to work with, though, so Nip are not going to be able to get that Roshan for free. Still not yet.
And Paparazzi opted to become the Lich, just so he could get the gaze. And he's going to walk in.
That, if you guys don't know, if you actually, the trip time is 400 HP, right? If you actually do over 400 damage to a band, you can kill him and borrow time. One proc, they're going to try and finish up this Roshan. Oh, he imprisoned Roshan!
What? I didn't even know you could do...
Fada just disappeared him! He Houdini'd the Roshan, it's going to be picked up Radiant. Oh, they snatched away the Aegis. Paparazzi has the extra life, and now Nip, can they actually still win this fight against it? Paparazzi, first life. He blades himself, buys himself a little bit of time. Leap 1, leap 2. Waveform, not quite up. He doesn't actually have the mana for it, but Vici Gaming are going to hold for him. DY, Vici Gaming, they get away with the Aegis. They have bought themselves another %. Dare I say more if they actually kill Fada right now, but Ori doesn't want to overcommit for that one.
Yeah, they're loath to just walk up the high ground like that and...
Show me another %. Oy, 4%.
I can't believe that actually happened. I've honestly, I can't say that I've ever seen Roshan get astraled. Have you?
No, I haven't.
That is because normally there's absolutely no reason for you to have to do it.
No. There's no reason, almost no reason to ever.
That's like one of those really weird things I've just never seen. Big guy just got snapped.
And that just bought enough time for, well, I mean, it didn't buy enough time. Paparazzi was able to get in there. Technically, they got the Roshan bounty. I don't know where the cheese went, if I'm honest. Do you see it anywhere? Cheese on Fada.
1% after another. You just got to chip away at those leads. Hi, Rich. Rich just kissed me.
Rich, that was, yeah. If you heard a kissing sound, that was not actually just a kissing sound being made. For sound effects, that was Rich kissing Blitz on the cheek. Because that's how we roll.
That's how we roll, guys. What it do? All right, so they're going to Moonlight Shadow around the timing of... I mean, they were hoping that maybe like one person would come down from Vici to secure the runes.
Do you get the feeling that Nip is like almost... like they've lost some of their nerve?
Yes. The thing is,
like
this
they
game
were
is
playing
still...
to win, and then it's like they got so far ahead, the game felt so free for them that they just like...
This game is absolutely still winnable for them, though.
Oh, yeah. They still are the 96%. 33.
Oh, he is reflecting so many abilities.
Yeah. He no longer has to borrow time, though, so they have to be a little bit wary about taking a fight. But Fada, or Ace rather, is going to challenge Paparazzi. Look at Soxa. Bounce in, almost blow up a hero, bounce out. This is the scary thing about this Ethereal Blade Aghanim's Mirana.
The wild part is that Soxa has no defensive items. Is the arrow not going to connect? Barely whiffs onto Ori, who has a Shadow Blade now. He's going to try to go for the Silver Edge. And the interaction here being, of course, that you pop the Silver Edge onto the Abaddon so that his borrowed time doesn't automatically go off. Then you silence him, and all of a sudden he's stuck.
Yep.
Can't do anything. If you time it right, you can just blow him up immediately before he gets anything off.
Yeah, and that's been like what has allowed Fada, Soxa, and Ace to play so free is that 33 just kind of plants himself in the front. Soaks up spells. They now have the Scythe as well as a Dagon, so really big upgrades for Nip. A lot more burst damage for Soxa. Really solid initiation. You said that was important for Nip. And the Moonlight Shadow going out. Fada is currently looking for the pick off Ori with his Shadow Blade now Silver Edge build completed. This may come as a shock to 33. I'm not sure if he's going to see this one coming. He does have Lotus Orb, though.
Yeah.
But
it just depends on if they can time the disable right with like 1 Hex.
Yeah.
God, this game all of a sudden became like a nail biter.
Oh, another percent.
1 more percent added to the list.
95.5.
Stream, we're about to see. For some reason, I have this horrible sinking feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like it's fine, but there's some part of my brain that's telling me that Vici is gonna do it somehow.
My gut is telling me that Nip have like, they've almost lost their nerve to a point that they're gonna screw this up, and I just can't shake that feeling. And I don't want them to do that because Lord knows Nip, dude, they
just
gotta
keep bouncing
win,
it,
man. All right, 33.
This is really weird.
They're throwing a lot of spells at him.
I don't know if Vici know what that hero does. That's happened one too many times now.
They really seem to have this concept that like forcing borrowed time is a good play.
That thing quite literally has 32-second cooldown.
Okay, the Aegis has now expired. They have the Scythe on Fada. Now is go time. The only reason we slowed down this before was we had an Aegis on Morphling. There was no reason to fight into that. Let's go win the game. You know, it's funny how like we backing the underdogs of Nip, but then we also kind of backed Vici Gaming when they were down to 99-1. It's like whoever the underdog is, we're down.
100%.
And now it feels like this game is tearing me apart. Moonlight Shadow, ninjas in pajamas with the Aegis down. They know this is their time to strike. This is the time to win their second game of their group stage against one of the favorites of the tournament. They're going to be able to blink game, going immediately for DY. DY going to get blown up. He does not have buyback. Peter almost executed by Paparazzi, but it's not good enough. Paparazzi's going to go back in. Ori, he breaks him. Ravage goes down.
Can they burst him in time?
Burst him in time? They're going to be able to get him. 33 is gone. He does have buyback, but is he going to blow it? Ace is building up so many stats, though. That's scary. Fade, he's going to try and hold Sox up, but there's too much damage there. So now both supports are dead on the side of Vici Gaming. 33 isn't here, but it doesn't seem like he's needed.
And the cores are still alive. They've got to be a little bit careful here for NIP, but they are still 1 man up.
1 man for 2. Gold and experience beneficial to Vici Gaming.
Sox has been brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
He's doing this like hit and run Mirana, just causing chaos everywhere.
Yeah.
Never really letting himself get locked down ever. He has no defensive items, by the way, guys, and he's still doing it.
I think a lot of times it's because he's actually like trying to blow up the Shadow Shaman, you know? Like, how can a Shadow Shaman sit there in shackles at you when he's already dead?
Wow.
What a concept. He almost has Dagon 5 now. Like, he could buy it. But he wants to make sure he has buyback. Again, Nip, you really don't want to throw this game. And Ace, getting caught up here would do you no favors. But he's got a double damage and 66 agility still, so don't think Vici Gaming's really itching for an engagement right now. Nobody was forced into buying back in that last fight, but part of the problem for Vici Gaming is they are missing buybacks purely because they're starved right now. They've been sieged inside their base. The rations are running low. They're beginning to resort to cannibalism. It's not a pretty sight. Meanwhile, the rich get richer. Ace, he's got a Basher, soon going to be in Abyssal Blade. Shivas for Fada. We talked about the Dagon 5. Heart for 33, just to make sure he's not going to get blown up like
Why
that
not?
again. Yeah, why not?
Although he couldn't he get like Lincolns or something? I guess it doesn't matter. Heart's fine. He just needs time to be able to get the Lotus off.
Yeah. And next time we'll also probably see Fada try and focus an imprisonment onto him. You know? Like, now that they're aware of that concept, they should game plan out what to do. And Rosh on number 3.
Let's do it.
Vici Gaming got to get here.
The refresher is, it's okay. I guess you would give it to the OD for the double.
Yeah,
Double hammer, double hex, double BKB.
might as well.
Vici will be nowhere near here. What's okay? Wait for this to finish and then we'll check it out.
Okay.
So they're gonna be here way too late. As the full retreat happens. All right, what are we at?
What'd you want to show? Oh, the win probability, is that it? Well, I'll take away 1%. Ninjas in pajamas and all their patience may just begin to pay off. We got the refresher OD. I think they have 2 cheeses. Am I wrong? Yeah, 2 cheeses. Peter's holding one because Peter is going to give it to somebody in the middle of a fight, I think. I'm not really sure Peter's using it on himself.
Waiting to see if NIP actually go for it right now is, you know, they played with reckless abandonment earlier. He goes in.
Breaking the Lincolns, gets the sight, but a defensive force staff and Glimmer Cape is there for Paparazzi. Now Fade. He's going to jump forward, but it's now Nip's turn to throw out some defensive items on Ace. He still has an Aegis after all. All of this was being done while Yang is just pushed out top. He didn't even try and come home. He's close to 25 too. That is a really, really big upgrade. I guess the 250 damage?
Yes.
Because I don't think the CDR is actually going to do a whole
Why
lot
not?
for you.
Swing for the fences.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel like you still want to go for the 25.
It feels like Nip are just like... They're waiting until that one sick arrow, you know? And failing that, they'll just keep on poking at this tier 3.
Oh, it hit. It hit.
It did hit, but there's a force staff. He was facing the right direction.
And once again, we'll reset.
We'll reset again.
Golf clap for NIP.
Oh, now we've got the triple arrow. Now,
Are they gonna go in when he hits the trip? Oh, that almost hit.
it almost. They break Ace, hex him up, but Fada makes his initiation. He's going to go for the Queen of Pain this time around. Almost pulls him up with a hammer, but he does manage BKB and gets out. The imprisonment on Paparazzi. He now turns into his morph form, trying to deal with Ace if possible, but all Saksa just rolled in and blew up the Tidehunter. They lost the Aegis for that, but it's probably going to force a buyback out of the Tide.
Saksa is doing it all and some right now. 11, 0, and 10.
Damn.
He just continues to roll. He's got a Dagon 5, I believe. Yes.
Dude, that's what we're talking about, man. All offensive items.
Saxa said he heard my comments about they need an MVP, an all-star performance to get through this.
And he's going to do it again. Oh. Imprisonment save from Paparazzi. He's even there to make sure to block the arrow if necessary. He's got waveform charges. Waveforms in, waveforms out, but the siege wagons are still there. Arrow lands on a Paparazzi, the long shackles, but there is 33 who has his 25 talent of the aphotic shield, by the way. And he did go the damage on the Tide. So he's going to try and be a carry. He's going to try and help this Paparazzi Morphling win the game. Another arrow lands, this time on DY's Ogre.
Bounce back as Ace just continues to hit
But
at this
another
Rax. The
initiation,
BKB.
another pick off. This one's on DY. Still no buyback out of the Tide Hunter.
Yeah, he's being patient right now. Fada still has a refresher.
He's waiting for that misplay from Ninjas in Pajamas, but will it ever come?
Oh,
They're going to
the
go
arrow
for it
hit.
now. They managed to hit the three-man Sonic Wave. Paparazzi still being controlled up. The Ravage going down and finished off the OD and controlled up the rest of them. Ace is still good to go, though. He's already stolen so many stats. Managed to get a bash, but he just got shackled, and nobody can really save him for a while. 33 finally has the aphotic shield back up, and Ace now turns. Finish off DY. Die back for him. Ninjas in Pajamas will collect that. Not collect that gem. Now collect the gem. Got it. And continue to hit the base. No buying back from Fada here. And they're still trying to hit the base. 33, he's targeting. He does have a cheese. Borrowed time, heals up the full off the cheese
the
as well.
arrow hit
What
again.
an arrow. Managed to land on Paparazzi and the Shadow Shaman. Paparazzi getting bashed as well. Now pounced on, or he's going to break that Ace, but look at him. He's chunking down this Morphling. 2 health bars does not protect you against Ace as he has stolen on 150 agility.
And they want to stick around because of it. He's got a Moonshard on top of this. Continue to use your stacks. He's got it for 80 seconds. The Miranda's going to come in with a fresh set of mana, and he's just going to walk in. The arrow not going to connect, but this is all just buying time right now. He's got the jump.
Long-range pull. Peter, he snagged him. He's got the 20 talent that gives you the cast range, and I don't think that was expected for the Queen of Pain. No buyback for her.
The arrow barely going to whiff again as the Hex finally goes on to Saxa. This could be the first
Paparazzi
kill
with
on
the
him.
arrow trying to kill Saxa, but he gets away. Now the Chain Frost, Abyssal Blade being used on Yang.
The arrow hits
the
again.
Double arrow. Saxa jumps in, finishes off the Tide Hunter, pull in on Paparazzi.
They got
That's gonna be
Paparazzi
it.
too.
That's GG. Vici Gaming will fall to the bottom team
Saxa
of the
hit
group.
the arrow again, just for good measure, on the Paparazzi.
MVP performance, Saxa.
13